Welcome back. The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture partners with the Royal Bahamas Police Force, the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, and other community organizations as National Boys Week kicked off. The initiative features a series of events engineered to uplift young boys in the country, celebrating their creativity and talents and steering them away from life's dealing with crime, or from a life of crime. Minister of State for the Environment, Zane Lightbourne, says the initiative is timely as Bahamian boys have increasingly been under threat.
The National Boys Week is therefore a great opportunity to call to mind and celebrate the talent, skills, and abilities of our boys in our nation. It is also an opportunity to engage in dialogue towards preserving, promoting, and causing our boys to appreciate their differences and their uniqueness.
Dr. Chantel Williams, Director of Juvenile Facilities at the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services, says with crime on the rise among young men, more prevention tactics are needed.
We assume these children come from homes or backgrounds where they are taught certain things, but in actuality, most of them just don't know, and they didn't have a different avenue to take. But if we take the time before the problem comes to hand, before they make that mistake, before they have to be looking over their shoulders for the rest of their lives, in some cases, we can touch them, give them the different part, and that's why these boys clubs and organizations are so important. The thing about it is we need people to help. We need people to actually not only say, the boys are causing problems, the next murder, this. We need you to help. Because if you can help one, you would cause a big difference.
The director is urging parents of young boys especially to get more involved in their daily lives before they take the wrong path. Activities for Boys Week will go on until June 2nd. In the wake of recent wildfires on Andros, Abaco, and here on New Providence, as the summer days get hotter and longer, the struggle to contain and extinguish those fires, National Chairman of the Free National Movement, Dr. Dwayne Sands, is questioning whether the government has provided the relevant emergency agencies with the necessary tools and equipment they need in the event of a catastrophic emergency.
And we thank the fire, police, and health services for their dedication and hard work, but the F&M wants to make sure that the public and fire officials are protected. Are there enough fire engines and related emergency vehicles on New Providence? Given the sad and disturbing fact that there are only 4 working ambulances on New Providence, the public wants to know how many fire engines are working and available throughout the country. As hurricane season quickly approaches, how many ambulances and fire engines are we going to have on New Providence, Grand Bahama, Abaco, and other major islands? But because Brave and the PLP are so indifferent and incompetent, any major public health or natural disaster could spin out of control very quickly because of a lack of planning and a lack of emergency vehicles.
The Minister of Health, Dr. Michael Darwell, explained that it has been a challenge to order new ambulances. However, he informed that 14 new ambulances are on the way for New Providence and the Family Islands. Meanwhile, it is unclear how many fire engines are currently operable. The Free National Movement chairman is urging the government to invest into the necessary emergency equipment so as to not be caught off guard this hurricane season. At the beginning of the week, Prime Minister Philip Davis flew to the second city, Grand Bahama, to visit the construction site for the new Grand Bahama Hospital, which is now into phase 1 of construction. The Freeport Health Campus, which it will be known as, will become an outpatient and urgent care facility that is expected to bridge the gaps in health services for Grand Bahama and the northern islands of the Bahamas. It is also expected to boost medical tourism to Grand Bahama. Upon his return to the capital, while in the House of Assembly on Wednesday, Prime Minister Davis encouraged opposition leader Michael Pintard, the Member of Parliament for Marcos City on Grand Bahama, to visit the construction site for the new hospital and allay any doubts that he may have about construction being underway. And finally, while doctors make the big medical decisions like prescribing medication and conducting surgeries, if you have ever been hospitalized, you would know that nurses are the heartbeat of the healthcare system. This week, Prime Minister Philip Davis met with the outgoing board of the Nurses Association of the Bahamas as the organization prepares for new leadership when they select a new executive board for the next term. The Prime Minister thanked the members of the board and all nurses in the Bahamas for your commitment to the profession. There are close to 900 members in the Nurses Association, which is a non-governmental, non-political organization. The month of May is also considered National Nurses Month here in the Bahamas. And that'll do it for your JCN Evening News. Once again, I'm Jarino Saunders. Thank you so much for joining us.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.